Hey guys, we're back with another Disney Princess Challenge episode. To catch you guys up, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, we are on the Cinderella generation, and Darren, which is Tiana's dad, Tiana is the next um, generation. He just got electrocuted with lightning. Tiana was upstairs playing with
Zerba.
the dollhouse, and yeah, and I totally forgot, and he just got electrocuted again. This episode is a hectic episode, and his eyes were glowing for like a good in-game 30 to 45 minutes, and then he started cooking pizza, and then there was like a freaking fire in my house, and I did not know how to put it out. It started with the waffle maker, so I went to go tell Darren to put it out, and he said he couldn't reach it. So my house was burning down for like 30 minutes real time on Thanksgiving. Cinderella couldn't um, put it out either. Then the firemen finally arrived. I cut out a lot because it was 2 hours footage altogether, and it just kept going. It kept going and going, and I was concerned. But like, I wish I was recording my voiceover real time because I was screaming. So then they ran outside to save themselves, but the kids are still upstairs, all three of their kids, and they're just standing around like idiots. Like, I'm like, hello, there's a fire in the house. Are you gonna put it out? And he's just standing there. Now it's on the pizza oven, and all of a sudden it just disappeared, and none of the um, uh, appliances were messed up. The floor was just, it had soot on it. So, like, that stressed me out. Then Darren was doing a workout for his job, and the kids were doing homework, and then the Emily, the oldest sister who is adopted by Darren before Cinderella and him got together, he she was doing homework with Thomas, her little brother, and then Tiana was doing homework at the table. But if you guys don't know, we have to, Cinderella and Darren have to get married. Um, they have to get married when Snow White dies. Snow White is the first gen. Cinderella's mother. She has 7 kids. Cinderella is one of these 7 kids. She was sleepy, and then Emily was just having a meltdown on the chair from doing homework, and Darren's eyes are still glowing all creepy as Emily's throwing a fit. So Cinderella went to go upstairs and go do some me time. Then she was doing some laundry. And then she was reading up on her gardening skill so we can make the unpleasant waffles, which is the last part of her aspiration. And then Sneezy called, and he wanted to come over. I said okay, and then she started cleaning the house for her guests. And then so if you don't remember her part of the challenge, she's the only one that can cook and clean fully. She also can't get married till Snow White dies, like I said. And then Tiana has to finish her aspirations, so she's playing chess with her dad. And then Snow White's putting up the dried clothes that she was washing earlier. And to also work on Tiana's aspiration, Darren was reading to Tiana and Thomas so Thomas wouldn't feel left out. Then Cinderella made some brownies for her guests, and I decided to have Snow White do a stayover since I know she only has 1 to 2 days left of in-game. She's going to die soon, as you see. So then I couldn't find her, and then we found her um,
Saver
hanging around in the
Mumesh.
woods. I was looking for her
Tanoba.
for like ever because I invited her over and
Benarla.
then 2 days, like she
Oh.
just never showed up. So we found her and then we hugged her and then we made sure she got back to the house and Cinderella's cramping. And then there's her twin sister, Bashful. If you don't remember from my previous episodes, Cinderella, aka Sleepy, is a twin to Bashful. And yeah, so Bashful looked pregnant when I saw her, so I wanted to check and see if she was. She, I believe she was not actually pregnant. So it was just my eyes playing tricks on
Lolino.
me. So we hugged our
Venva.
sister. We
Verbe.
said, "How are you?"
Wisilufa.
And we
Garnush.
we miss you,
Hasta.
and we haven't
Yuazo.
hang out in
Floofy.
a really long time. Um,
Huh.
and then Snow White's running somewhere. I'm hoping she's running back to the house. But yeah, so we're gonna go
Ah.
back to the house and Snow White made it back here and we're all cooking and making food together and Cinderella is gonna be working on the unpleasant waffles. We did make them, but for some reason, like I couldn't find the footage of me pulling them out and the aspiration getting completed. But I promise you, it did, and I will show you when I go back to
Ew.
filming these videos real time. That it is marked off, and so we made pizza for everyone in the house too. Just a chill weekend day with pizza, calling everybody over to eat some and get to hang out with one another. And then we also have the treats from earlier that Snow White baked, and then we're all sitting at the table together and just catching up with our mom, before she dies. And Darren likes silly behavior, so
Harpano.
sure, you go have fun with that. And Tiana wanted to eat with us too. Apparently, it's really early in the day because, like, everyone is still in their pajamas, and Thomas leveled up his social skill. Good for him. And then Cinderella wants to clean, but Snow White wants to help, but it's part of the challenge that Cinderella has to clean everything. But if anybody else picks up a plate here and there, I'm not gonna stop them. Like, let's be real. Um, they sometimes do their own thing sometimes, and yeah, everyone's still in their pajamas except for Snow White because she was doing laundry. But there is Darian's medals from his job. He is probably on level 6 at this point, and I went upstairs because the bathtub and toilet are filthy. They need to be washed and all of that fun stuff. This challenge is very repetitive. I can't wait to um, move on to Tiana's generation because I never ran a restaurant before. So once we get married, the other things is
Levite Boris.
Tiana's dad has to die
Wixinia.
before she becomes a
Zerguni
young
Swarsla.
adult. So that's what I was trying to do. But then I realized they need to get married first.
Emilu.
So I'm glad Darren
Ayabo.
didn't die yet. But Tiana was working on her science skill for also her aspiration. And then Cinderella was taking care of her horse. And now we're back on the porch. And Snow White's hanging with her grandkids, and Tiana just loves reading and learning new things, and cooking and hanging out with family, and yeah. So then Snow White is gonna cook again. It's probably a white birthday cake because when elders like to hang out, they like to cook white birthday cakes. So while that's happening, Snow White is taking a nap, and then Snow White is holding the house down. I'm gonna miss her when she dies because she's like really cute. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm very proud of how I made her, even though I didn't have the long Snow White dress and I didn't have the proper length Snow White hair, but it's okay. So then Cinderella woke up and she is cleaning and fixing the sink. I'm just gonna pay it because even though Cinderella does have a pretty high handy skill, because in Snow White's house she didn't have a lot of money to pay um, uh, for the repairs. She mostly just fixed them herself, but she hates handiness, and so I'm just gonna let her um, just fix and pay for them as much as she can. It's not part of the challenge for a handiness skill, so it's okay. And then Darren was working on her charisma skill, and then in the middle of the night, Snow White went missing, and she actually passed away outside the house, and now everyone is gonna wake up sad, but you know what this means? It means in the next episode, we are allowed to get married, and then the Cinderella generation will be completed. So I am super excited. I'm sorry Snow White passed away. If you guys want to see more of her, please check back on me on my earlier episodes. All my TikTok episodes are now here on YouTube, so I hope you enjoy them and check them out. And subscribe and like and all that fun stuff. I appreciate all your guys' support, and so I'm just gonna wait for them to wake up on their own. And Thomas is the first one awake. He's really sad, and that his grandma passed away. I mean, I can imagine how traumatizing that is. Like, your grandma was staying over, she disappeared, and then you got a call that she passed away. I also didn't get this on camera, but Sneezy also passed away. Off camera, he drowned, or I think he got electrocuted. I will get you the details in the next episode. But yeah, he did pass away, and we still have pastries everywhere, and we're gonna try to eat the leftover ones, the food that's out before it spoils. But yeah, Thomas's birthday is coming up soon, so he's gonna age up into a teen, and that means Tiana is soon gonna age up into a teen as well because they're very close in age. Yeah, those are the unpleasant waffles right there on the table. So you see, I did make them, but I lost the footage in the making, which was really sad because they are pretty, like, even though they're made out of trash fruit, they were really pretty to look at. So that, even though you guys didn't see it, I promise you it was done. And it's my first time finishing the new aspiration that came with the Home Chef Hustle kit. Then we're just gonna finish cleaning up the kitchen, have Thomas eat his uh, breakfast and little pastry stuff, and I think I'm gonna age him up when he comes home from school later today. Darren is awake. I'm gonna have him clean up his mess. It's fine that Cinderella's not doing it. It's stinky in here, and Cinderella it is still sleeping, I believe. So we're gonna have Darren eat the other white cake that's in the fridge, and then when they go to school, then Thomas is gonna blow out the cake and all that fun stuff. And then I had no idea why I paused it there. Probably when I was filming before, so I didn't like miss anything. I probably got distracted by my animals or my dogs or something. But yeah, Emily is also awake. She has candy in her
Peppa Moy Zerxel?
inventory from
Philippine.
Grandma. Actually, that's Thomas. Thomas has candy in his inventory, but she's complaining because school is stupid and he asked her dad for advice. And I think it's just underlying issues because she's upset from her grandma. So, in the grieving process, she is just saying she doesn't want to go to school, and that's just because she's going through a hard time. I told Emily to get some cake, but for some reason she couldn't reach the fridge, and it's really annoying that multiple Sims can't go to the fridge at one time. She said that because Tiana was going the same way, but yeah. So we're just gonna have her open it again and get some cake, and then Thomas also needed some advice, so we're gonna give him some advice, and then we are gonna get them all off school so we can finish this episode. There's a lot of long in between, just repetitive, making sure my Sims stay alive. But they start school in an hour. Um, Cinderella just pulled dishes out of her butt when she went pee, so that's fun. She's gonna go wash those, and then she's gonna. I think everything else is playing. Then Emily's finally getting some cake. I feel like she's taking forever to get some cake, but that's alright. I think we're gonna get Cinderella. Cinderella's gonna cook some breakfast for herself and for when they come home from school. And we're gonna do that and have her cook some meals because all we have is cake. But poor little baby is crying because she lost her mom. I feel so bad. They were. Snow White was a really good mom. Even though the house was chaotic the majority of the time, um, she did love her kids and did the best that she could with Prince Charming. And Prince Charming was, he was very close to Cinderella, so it's very sad when he passed away as well. He was also a very handsome Sim, so if you guys, don't remember that, you should check that out. So everyone's home and we're gonna blow out Thomas's candles, and Grumpy is here and he brought kids home from school. But there he goes, he's gonna age up, and then after he ages up I'm gonna edit him in cast, so I'm gonna speed it up and add music. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoy me editing in cast. He is calm, he's a calm Sim, and he's also an evil Sim. What a crazy combination. And then we're just gonna give him a matching aspiration, and yeah, he's very villainous. So maybe he will be a part of the story, who knows? Comment down below if you want him to be a part of the story. To have a mom who's a princess and a little sister who's gonna be a princess in the future. But
Sounds